What's going on, guys? This is Joe. As you can see from the title down below and from what's sitting right in front of all of us right here, I am here to open another Hour of Devastation pre-release pack. Pre-release kits, pre-release packs, whatever you want to call them, are my favorite form of sealed product, and so I like to open a lot of them. They're quick, they're easy, and you can get some really sweet stuff. If you have not seen our other, I don't know, million approximately openings of Hour of Devastation pre-release kits that we've done, you get 2 packs of Amonkhet, you get 4 packs of Hour of Devastation, you get a promo card, and you get one of these sweet red D20s, spin down life counters. In the 20 are the Nicol Bolas horns, aka the set symbol. There's other random stuff in here as well. It looks like, let's just get that out of here. I like the boxes, but I've shown them to you many times. And let's be honest, we're here to see what sweet stuff we can get. So I'm going to move this and we can see what our promo is. You might have been able to tell before I moved this, but it is a Swarm Intelligence, which, to be fair, in foil is really sweet looking. It just looks really awesome. We have not had the best of luck with our promos from Hour of Devastation. There's still a couple more kits to open up on the channel, so stay tuned and you'll be able to see that. But yeah, as of right now, we're not getting the best ones. This one looks cool, like I said, but in terms of the quality of the card and value, it's not really there. So we'll leave that off on the side. I'm going to start, as I've been doing, with the older sets. In the second set in a block, I usually like doing that, and we'll leave the Hour of Devastation on the side. So we start with the Combat Celebrant card right here, or a Combat Celebrant pack, I should say. I don't know that a Combat Celebrant card is in here, and I'd probably prefer a different, sweeter Mythic if I could. So let's make sure everybody can see, and we're going to start. We have a Winged Shepherd, Essence Scatter, a Desert Celadon, Forsake the Worldly, Scarab Feast, Ornery Kudu, a Doomed Dissenter, a Benefaction of Ronus, Hyena Pack, Horror of the Broken Lands, a Consuming Fervor is our first uncommon, Defiant Great Maw is the second, Cast Out is the third, sweet removal spell, and it's a Mythic in Bantu the Glorified. That's not bad. You have to kind of have ways of sacrificing creatures or things like that to make Bantu be able to attack or block. It's a 4/6 Menace Indestructible, so that's pretty sweet. You get to kind of drain your opponent and scry, etc. But it's a little bit more difficult to get online. I think like Hazaret is one of the easier ones. But still, Bantu is pretty nice, and if you can kind of build your deck around it, this is a pretty sweet Mythic to have in your pool. So here's Bantu the Glorified. Behind Bantu we have I was going to say just a swamp, but it is a full art swamp, and a cat token. So feel free to let us know in the comments what you think in terms of what kind of a deck we could make out of here. I'll talk about it a little bit at the end if I can, kind of what cards stand out to me as the best, and we will see what kind of a deck could have possibly been made from this, just for fun. So we have a Hieroglyphic Illumination to start, a Miasmic Mummy, a Colossopede, Supernatural Stamina, Stinging Shot, Magma Spray, In Oketra's Name, Aven Initiate, a Painted Bluffs, Start to Finish is a nice uncommon, I like that, Edifice of Authority, speaking of nice uncommons, and Spring to Mind, not my favorite, but the other ones were pretty sweet. So, and our rare or mythic in this pack is a Temet, Vizier of Noctamen. Doesn't go super well with Bantu, but it does with that Cast Out that we got earlier, maybe the start portion of Start to Finish, but yeah, maybe. We'll see. Behind Temet, we have a foil common in Magma Spray. I bet you this card's going to look sick. Yeah, look at that. Try to catch the light so you guys can see that foiling pattern. That's insane. Not to mention how amazing the card is in general. I mean, Magma Spray is a very, very good card. It helps get rid of kind of pesky Eternalize or Embalm creatures. So yeah, Magma Spray is really nice, and in foil it looks amazing. Behind the Magma Spray we have a Full Art Forest, 2 Full Arts in a row, and a Drake token that we would get from Drakehaven, which this deck now cannot have because there's no more Amonkhet cards. So we move on to an Hour of Devastation pack, our first Hour of Devastation pack of this kit. And let's see, that one opened pretty easily. Let's see what they have for us. We start with a Blur of Blades, An aerial guide. Aerial guide is amazing. A dutiful servants, moaning wall, an ambuscade. Speaking of amazing, a carrion screecher, desert of the fervent. If we need to go deserts, now we have a red one. Seer of the last tomorrow for milling, bad milling. We have graven abomination for just bad cards in general. We have a steadfast sentinel, a Razaketh's right. We have a Sunscourge Champion. I missed Razaketh's right as our first uncommon. This is our second. And our third is Riddle Form, kind of reminiscent of the old hidden enchantment cards from back in the day, if you were playing around then or are aware of them. And our rare or mythic in this pack, our first Hour of Devastation, is a Chaos Maw. Super expensive, but if you can get this guy down, he's amazing. 6/6 kind of basically wipe the rest of the board. If you have some 2/4s or 5 toughness, they don't die, but still, it gets to kill a lot of things, and then it's just still a 6/6, although it is 7 mana. So behind the Chaos Maw, we have an island, first non-full art of the kit, and a zombie token. Moving on to the Angel of Condemnation pack. Let's see what we get out of here. This one is not as easy to open. There we go. Kind of. Okay. We have a Proven Combatant to start. Dauntless Aven. A Blur of Blades. Moaning Wall again. Ronus' Stalwart. Lethal Sting. Nice removal. Feral Prowler. Gilded Ceradon. Ruin Rat is nice. Sinuous Striker is our first uncommon. Appeal to Authority is a really nice Aftermath card. If you are green-white beatdown, this card can easily end games. And it's our second. And then we have Struggle to Survive as the third. Struggle in and of itself, it is not a bad idea to put this in either a mono red deck or a part red deck that has no green in it. I've done it before. It's actually totally worth it, especially, again, in sealed or pre-release, tournaments. So, and our rare or mythic is, wow, a mythic in the Locust God. That's a really interesting pull. We're gonna have some tough choices to make with this kit. My goodness, because now we have, Chaos Maw shares a color with this, and then this also shares a color with Temet, but Temet's also part white. That's confusing. Anyway, Locust God is amazing. If you get the opportunity to use it, you should try, and we will see. I mean, we now have this God plus bond 2, so we have 2 gods as well, 2 mythics. That's crazy. This card's sweet. Behind Locust God, we have a Foil Forest, non-full art, so it's not as good as it could be, but still, it's a Foil Forest. And behind the Foil Forest, speaking of full arts, we have a full art Swamp. And, oh wow, that's pretty sweet. We get the insect token in the same pack as the Locust God. That's nice. And the Locust God is right there in the background. So, we have 2 more packs left of Hour of Devastation in general. We have a Sem the Tested pack. This kit is sweet so far, although good luck making a deck out of it. I'm happy to open it and, whoops, that didn't work. I'm happy to open it and not have to worry about playing a deck with it, because we're getting sweet cards, but they're not really synergistic. So we have a Dutiful Servants, a Kenra Scrapper, Proven Combatant again, Bitter Bow Sharpshooters, I like that guy a lot, a Wretched Camel, Granitic Titan, Desert of the Indomitable, Seer of the Last Tomorrow, Graven Abomination, a Hope Tender is our first uncommon. I feel like the uncommons came on kind of quick. Maybe we have a foil in this pack. A Hashep Oasis, as one of the uncommon cycle of deserts that allow you to sack other deserts to have certain effects, and a Burning Fist Minotaur for some early action first striking 2/1. And our rare or mythic is a Pride Sovereign. It's green. That is not any of the colors that we have so far, although it is, at least in terms of rares and mythics, we talked about red, we talked about blue, white, and black. We do not have any green yet, but now we do. And if we want to make cats, I mean, technically there's white here as well, but yeah. And it works with Temet. Temet makes tokens, or talks about tokens. So there you go. Here's a Pride Sovereign. Not a bad card, but in this kit, I don't know that it really gets there. Behind Pride Sovereign, was I right about a foil? I sure was. We have a foil uncommon gold card in Unraveling Mummy. It's got a sweet foiling pattern here as well. The accents on the mummy, the mummy's teeth, and then the awesome background all look really, really cool. But it's just more double colors that would be very difficult for us to play. So, oh man, I'm going to need your guys' help in the comments telling me what deck you guys would make out of this box. We have a Plains behind that and a Punch-Out token as well. Let's see how confusing the Scarab God pack can make this or these picks for us, or this kit in general. There's sweet cards, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not complaining about the pulls that we've gotten, but if we were trying to make a deck out of this, I'd probably be pulling my hair out. So let's see what we can figure out. We have a Blur of Blades, Unquenchable Thirst, Dutiful Servants, Beneath the Sands, a Grizzly Survivor, Ambuscade again. That's our second Ambuscade. The card's amazing. Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, Survivor's Encampment, an Oketra's Avenger. That card's sweet. Thorned Moloch. Steward of Solidarity is our first uncommon. Vizier of the True is the second. 2 white uncommons in a row. And a Vizier of the Anointed, so multiple Viziers as well. And our rare or mythic in this pack, our final rare or mythic, is an Amit Eternal. So it goes well with our Bantu. That's pretty sweet. It is a zombie, so it can go well with our Unraveling Mummy as well. And Amit Eternal is pretty sweet. I got a chance to use one of these at pre-release as well, and I was not disappointed. I've heard some people being kind of down on it because your opponent, if they cast a bunch of spells, this guy can just die really quickly, but they're not going to want to block it because it has Afflict 3, so it's pretty helpful. I've had good experiences with it. Behind Amit Eternal, we have a Forest and a Cat token that you would get from, well, in this set, the Pride Sovereign that we looked at earlier. So just looking at our rares and mythics, we've got the Swarm Intelligence, which I said is not really the best card, so we probably wouldn't be looking to that to like definitely put it in our deck or point us in a specific direction. We've got this, while it's just a foil, it's an uncommon and it kind of tries to help point us in a specific direction, and it's not a bad direction to take, especially when we have cards like Cast Out. Cast Out is just amazing as an uncommon. We got those other white uncommons earlier as well with the Vizier of the True and the Steward of Solidarity. So we have some pretty sweet white. The problem is if we are going, if we're going white-black, we would also be able to play the first mythic that we got in Bantu. Like I said, it's a little bit harder to activate him, so and make him into a creature. To be able to attack, or I'm sorry, he is a creature, but to be able to allow him to attack or block, that would be a little bit more difficult. And it means that we wouldn't be able to use the Locust God, and the Locust God is so broken, I might just advocate either forcing it or at least splashing red. We didn't see a lot of red. We did see some blue. We have Chaos Maw as well, I guess, in red. And in blue, we had Temet, Vizier of Noctamen, if we wanted to go that route, but we didn't have a lot of Eternalize and Embalm and token producers, although again, this does produce tokens, and that is important, so, because this Temet pumps creature tokens and cares about that, so it's a tough choice. I'm very, very curious to hear what you guys have to say. There is the concept that Unraveling Mummy cares about zombies. Embalm and Eternalized creatures come back as mummies, or as zombies, excuse me, and Temet cares about that, so there's that synergy, although that's 3 colors. But you still then get Amit Eternal and Bantu, and if you, I guess, splash for Locust God, or splash blue for Temet, it's still 4 colors, which is really rough to pull off. Plus, I didn't see a lot of Naga Vitalists or Oasis Ritualists to try to help us get there. We were definitely not deserts. We had, I think, 1 red desert. We had the uncommon green desert as well, so we really weren't high on deserts in this kit either. So I am going to leave you guys looking at what I think is the sweetest card. The second sweetest, I think, would be back here, our second mythic, but I'm going to leave you guys looking at the Locust God. The Locust God's pretty cool. You guys let me know whether you think we could get there with the Locust God. Did the cards in this pack support it, or would I be forcing it and I'd lose even with this sweet card in my deck? Thank you guys so much for watching. There are going to be videos and things popping up on the screen that you should totally click on. We have lots of other openings on this channel. We have drafts that we do kind of every weekend. We have bonus drafts that come out every Saturday. We have story reviews that my fiance and I do. So you guys should definitely do that. Our logo, if you click on that, will take you to the channel itself and you can subscribe to find out when all of our videos come out. We really appreciate all of your support. Let us know in the comments down below if you liked this video and what you thought in general of the kit. My name is Joe, this is Geek for All, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks everybody.